All right, deep divers, gather around. So, the word on the digital street, right? It was all about GTA 6, fall 2025.
Yeah, that was the date everyone had circled.
We were ready. Thumbs twitching, virtual engines revving.
Hmm.
But, pump the brakes. Hard.
Big time. That fall 2025 window, it's taken a detour. Rockstar's officially pushed it
Pushed
from
it where? When are we talking now?
May 26, 2026.
Wow. Okay. May 2026. That's quite a delay.
Over 6 months, yeah.
Hmm.
More than half a year added to the wait.
6+ months. Jeez. That's like enough time to actually learn something useful in the real world, maybe.
Maybe. Now, Rockstar, they gave the expected reason.
Let me guess. Exceeding expectations, delivering quality, that whole thing.
You got it, the classic corporate tune. We need more time to make it perfect for you.
Right, the standard playbook when things slip. You hear it all the time.
It is pretty standard, yeah. Reassuring the players, basically. But, I mean, often there's more going on behind the scenes.
And that's where the real juice usually is, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where our guy comes in.
You mean Schreier. Jason Schreier.
I'll go. Bingo.
Yeah.
If you follow gaming news, you know the name. He tends to get the, let's say, backstage view.
He definitely does. And his reporting suggests, a different angle on this delay. Maybe even a good reason.
A good reason.
Yeah.
For delay. Okay, let's dive into this. What's Schreier saying?
Well, according to his sources, a really big part of this is actually Rockstar trying not to do the whole brutal crunch thing.
Crunch, the crazy overtime developers pull before launch.
Exactly. He mentioned his reporting on Red Dead Redemption 2, how intense that was. Seems like they might have learned from that.
So they're deliberately slowing down to avoid burning out their team. Is that the idea?
That seems to be a major factor. Crunch, for anyone maybe not familiar, it's those long, often mandatory extra hours, weeks, sometimes months of it.
Word. Yeah, making these huge open worlds takes a toll, right?
Yeah.
And Schreier's been tracking Rockstar's culture since the RDR2 reports came out.
He has, and apparently things have changed quite a bit internally. He actually posted, I think it was on Blue Sky, that basically no one he talked to at Rockstar thought fall 2025 was realistic anyway.
No kidding. So internally they knew.
Seems like it. His quote was pretty direct. Too much work, not enough time, and what appears to be a real desire from management to avoid brutal crunch.
Okay, too much work, not enough time. That sounds familiar in game dev. But the management part, that's interesting.
It really is. It suggests they knew the first timeline was maybe overly ambitious, and more importantly, they're actually trying to build in buffer time, prioritizing the team's health, potentially.
Which, leads to that whole question about making these giant AAA games. The pressure must be immense.
Unbelievable pressure, not just technically, but on the people, the teams building these worlds we love playing in.
Right. And apparently, when some people online were kind of skeptical about this whole avoiding crunch reason, Schreier pushed back.
Yeah, he clarified. He said, look, it's not like there's zero overtime. It's still game development. I mean, let's be real.
Of course. Deadlines are deadlines.
But the feedback he's getting, the sources inside Rockstar, they're saying the difference compared to the RDR2 days is like night and day.
Night and day. Wow. So a real cultural shift, maybe. Proactively trying to manage the workload.
That's what it sounds like. And if you think bigger picture, if a studio as massive and successful as Rockstar is genuinely trying to tackle crunch, well, that could be significant.
Like it could influence other studios. Set a precedent.
Potentially, it might signal a move towards, I don't know, more sustainable ways to make these huge, complex games everyone wants.
Okay, makes sense. But what about the money side? The suits? How did Wall Street react?
Ah, right. Well, Take-Two Interactive, that's Rockstar's parent company, their stock did take a hit when the news dropped.
How big a hit?
Almost 7%, which, isn't nothing.
7%? Ouch. Sounds like investors weren't thrilled.
Well, yes and no. You gotta zoom out a bit. Over the past year, Take-Two's stock is actually up like 50%? 50?
50.
Okay, that changes things. So they're still doing pretty well overall. Yeah, they're near their all-time high, actually. So while that 7% dip happened, it doesn't look like long-term investors are panicking.
Maybe they kind of expected a delay. Or they just trust GTA 6 will print money eventually anyway.
Could be a bit of both. They might see the delay, understand the reasoning, better game, healthier team, and still be very confident about the massive success GTA 6 is almost guaranteed to be. Short-term bumps don't always reflect the bigger picture.
Gotcha. So bringing it back to us, the players, the folks listening right now, what's the takeaway? Longer wait, obviously.
That's the downside, for sure. More waiting.
But are there upsides? Silver linings to this 6-month cloud?
I think so, yeah. Potentially a more polished game. Fewer bugs, maybe. A smoother launch experience if the team isn't completely exhausted.
That would be nice. Less pressure could mean better quality control.
Exactly. And hey, now we have a specific date, May 26, 2026. It's not just fall 2025 anymore, it's concrete.
True, true. Something solid to look forward to. And let's be honest, the hype for the next trailer just went supernova, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The anticipation level just cranked up even higher.
So, okay, let's recap this whole thing. We've got Rockstar's official line, aiming high, quality first, standard stuff,
Yep. Then we have Schreier's reporting, digging deeper.
suggesting a big piece of this is avoiding that brutal crunch from past games like Red Dead 2.
Right. With management apparently serious about it this time because insiders felt fall 2025 was never really feasible without it. Too much work, not enough time.
Then the money angle. Stock dipped a bit, sure, but Take-Two's overall position looks strong. Investors seem okay long term.
Pretty much.
And for you, listening.
Yeah. The wait sucks. But it might mean a better, more polished game in the end, made by a team that wasn't pushed to the absolute limit.
Which really leads to the final thought, doesn't it? For you to chew on.
Lay it on us.
In this whole landscape of massive, super hyped games, what's the right balance? Between getting the game now, demanding the highest possible quality, and, well, the health and well-being of the people actually making it. Good question. What do you prioritize as a player, right? Speed, perfection, sustainability for the developers.
Exactly. It's something to think about while we patiently wait for May 2026.